Assalamualaikum guys. Today we are going to study about a topic of a protein metabolism, which is amino acid pool. Before going to understand the what is mean by amino acid pool, we should have a clear cut idea about the metabolism. Metabolism, when we going to understand the life, the one of the characteristic of a living organism is metabolism. Without metabolism, a thing we not going to be supposed to be is a living. Okay, when a organism performing metabolism, then we suppose it a living organism, we call them as a living organism. All the chemical reaction which is occurring in the body and the individuals are known as the metabolism. All of the chemical reaction in each and every cells, because we when we going to see multicellular organism, for example omine beans, each and every cells of the omine beans performing the this basic process which we call the metabolism. And there was so many chemical reaction occurring, and some of these chemical reaction, different things converted into the different things, and some of the products are broken down to the simple substance for the energy, and then the simple substance combined to form the big and the complex molecule, for example the structured protein, the enzymes. So these are the chemical reactions, these are all the chemical reactions which are occurring in the body are supposed to be called the metabolism. We have a two type of metabolism. One is the catabolism, the other one is the anabolism. And the catabolism, the larger and the more complex molecules, get oxidized to produce the energy. One of the basic example of a catabolism is breakdown or complete oxidation of glucose and the living cells through a process of cellular respiration to produce the ATP, which is energy for the cells. And this energy in the form of ATP was used to synthesize the different things. For example, in anabolism, we take the simple chemical compounds and then they combine together. For example, amino acids are assembled together to form the proteins, or maybe the amino acids synthesized from basic non-nitrogenous and nitrogenous compounds combined to form the amino acid. In the same manner, the formation of the whole of the structural proteins, they may be structural protein, they may be functional proteins. Okay, so we have two types of catabolism. One is the two type of metabolism. One is the catabolism, the other one is the anabolism. And catabolism, we break down the larger molecules into simple molecules for the purpose of production of energy. And the anabolism, we combine the simple molecules to form larger or complex molecules, maybe as a structural component of the body, or maybe as the functional components of the body. After that, we should have the next thing which we should go and understand is the amino acid pool. Before going to understand what's mean by the amino acid pool, we should have a clear cut idea from where the amino acid is coming, especially in the body. So we have three sources in the body from which the amino acid is coming, or maybe the three sources of amino acid in the body. First one is the dietary source. As we take the food may be a meat, the food may be a wheat, food may be any type of material which we eat daily. They may contain the proteins, they may contain the carbohydrates, they may contain the lipids. These protein, carbohydrates or lipids are broken down into their basic or simple units. After broken down into their simple and basic components, they are absorbed, and absorption mostly occur in the intestines. So the protein was broken down to their basic unit, which is the amino acids, and this amino acids and then absorb in the small intestine. And after its absorption into the small intestine, they are transferred from the small intestine through the blood circulation and to the liver, especially through the portal veins, because the portal veins taking the venous supply from the intestine and then directing the supply toward the liver, and the liver then process the new coming foods or new coming materials for storage purpose, maybe for another purpose. So the liver takes some of the protein amino acid for the storage purpose, or maybe for the synthesis of proteins, and then the remaining amino acid then directed toward the systematic circulations, and then through the systematic circulation the amino acid reach each and every cell in the body, and the cells then take these amino acids according to their own needs. Okay, some cells are growing cells, so they needs more amino acid as compared to the non-growing cells. For example, when there was a hypertrophy of the muscles, so the muscles need more amino acid than as compared to the skin cells, which is not going to be hypertrophied or to be grow more in size. Okay, so the first source is the dietary proteins, the first source is a dietary source. The second source is from the body cells. As we know, the every body cells break down its whole proteins and to replace it with a new protein. So this process is called the disintegration. We also call the replacing of the whole proteins into the new things. So every body cells continuously produce its protein, replace its proteins, and this process is called the deintegration or autocatalysis. And because we know when the proteins are broken down, then they produce their basic unit, which is the amino acids, and then amino acids was released from the cells back into the systematic circulation, or these amino acids may be taken by the other cells for the synthesis of their proteins, or maybe they are directed toward the liver for the storage purpose. Or sometime this amino acid broken down and through the amine and the keto acid, and then amine is and the liver converted into the urea, and the keto acids was then used for the energy purpose or maybe for the fat formation. Yeah. So this is the second source from the body cells, and the body cells continuously regenerating its proteins or replacing its proteins, so they are break down this protein into the simple amino acid. These amino acid then released into the blood. From the blood they may be taken by the other cells, or maybe the liver, or maybe they are get excreted out of the body in the form of ammonia. Yeah? After that, every body cell synthesize the amino acids, especially those amino acids which are non-essential amino acids. The non-essential amino acids are those amino acids which can be synthesized by the body from the non-nitrogenous compounds, maybe by the by amination of the byproducts of the carbohydrates or protein or the lipid metabolism. Okay, so this is the initial amino acids. For their own protein, so the every body cell synthesize the amino acid for their own protein synthesis, or transport to the other body tissues for storage and synthesis of new protein. For example, the liver, mostly the most responsible organ for the formation of the amino acid is the liver, where this amino acid of formation they use for the synthesis of their protein, for example plasma protein, or maybe directed to the other cells where they are